Yo guys, it's Slyroh. You already know that today I'm bringing you guys my battle for week 7 of the NSTL. This week we're taking on Salty Jack and his Molokai Marowaks. And after 2 nice wins in a row, we're coming off a loss last week, and we have to try and regain our winning ways against the top team in our division. He's either first or tied for first, not entirely sure. But I'm pretty sure he's only lost once this whole season, and he's got a pretty scary team, as you can see. So we definitely got to work it out for us, but I definitely think that we can do it. So let's go ahead and just cut right to it and get into the team that I brought and the team that he brought. Well, the 6 that he brought was a Hoopa Unbound, a Rotom Wash, Heatran, Tyrum, Gliscor, and Slurpuff. The only mons of note that he did not bring would be a Mega Beedrill, which is pretty scary. No, it's pretty scary. It's still pretty scary. I don't like that thing. I mean, I like it, just not against me. And then there's a Virizion. The only reason that matters is because that exists. That is why my Terrakion ends up being Max Speed Jolly, because that's the only speed tier that it affects, and nothing else matters in that regard. So let's go ahead and talk about the team that I brought. I brought 2 Wise Glasses users, because I don't like Life Orb if I don't need to use it, and I didn't want either of them to be choiced. So that's the first 2, Raikou and Roserade. They're both Wise Classes. Mostly speed invested, and offense and stuff like that. Raikou was brought with, I believe it had the Aura Sphere, the Hidden Power Ice, Volt Switch, and Thunderbolt. And I believe Roserade had the Giga Drain, Sludge Bomb. I think I ended up staying with Hidden Power Ground. It was really between Hidden Power Ground for the Heatran or Hidden Power Ice for the Gliscor. I actually wanted to change it to Hidden Power Ice because I don't... I don't know. I was up in the air, but I forgot, and it ended up staying as Hidden Power Ground. And then I brought Stun Spore, because I didn't know what 4th move I wanted, and I thought paralyzing him would be cool. Because the main thing is that I did not bring any Scarfed users, and he's got a pretty slow team. So I just kind of wanted to punch through him with my offense and have enough bulk to kind of withstand some of his hits and basically just outpower him. That was basically the plan. Diggersby was brought max attack, max speed as well, but with an Assault Vest, because it's a good switch into Heatran. Milotic is also here as like a switch in, but like it needs to be able to switch into other things, and I can't have it switch into everything, so Diggersby kind of works as both an offensive and a switch into Heatran, at least if it doesn't go for Will-O-Wisp, and if it doesn't have to do it more than like once. But yeah, so that's going to be good, and then it has Earthquake, Return, Ice Punch, and U-Turn? Knockoff? One of those things. Pretty sure I got one of those things. I almost brought Spikes. Maybe I did. I don't think I did, though. He's got enough floaty things that I probably didn't. So it was either knockoff or U-turn, I assume. Terrakion was brought Choice Banded, Jolly. Has Stealth Rock, also has Close Combat, Stone Edge. And one other thing that I don't remember, it could be a Poison Jab or something for like the Slurpuff to do more. I'm not entirely sure. It was something like that. Melodic was brought physically defensive like always. Scald was the only attacking move with Toxic, Haze, and Recover. That was to see if I could haze like a Slurpuff if it tries Belly Drum. I don't know why it would Belly Drum like on a Melodic, but either way, if I was able to somehow do that, that would be pretty cool. Also, there's not a whole lot of others set up, but I mean, you never know. There's stuff, and Scald did enough to most of the other things as well as Toxic. And Mega Altaria is brought specially defensively. I know I had Roost. I don't actually remember the moves I had. I know it was physical. Like I had Return. Return might have been the only offensive move I had. I think I also had Heal Bell, and then there must have been one other move that I really don't remember what it was. So I do apologize for that, but it was specially defensive, and that was mostly for Rotom. And because I was really struggling with the 6 slot, I mean, no other Pokemon seemed to have a great matchup, so I kind of just brought that. Either way, let's go ahead and get into this battle. I definitely rambled on for whatever. It's getting longer and longer each week. Whatever, let's go ahead and get into the battle and talk about what happened. Because Slurpuff leads off, I was more worried about a Gliscor or Rotom lead, and that's why I went with Raikou. It was looking like Hidden Power Ice would be able to just straight up take out Gliscor. And I kind of realized as soon as he sent this out that this thing's going to go for Sticky Web. I wanted to try and kill it. Obviously, Thunderbolt did not do that, but I tried. He gets up the Sticky Web, and I don't have a way to get rid of them. which is really, really unfortunate. I go for the Thin Power Ice in case he tried to save this to be cheeky. But he just lets it die because he got the Sticky Web up, and that's what he needed to do. And that basically derails my entire plan because I have to take way more hits than I want to. But the Glass Gore does come in now. And thankfully, I find out that he is Scarf because I just stayed in and go for the Hidden Power Ice because I was like, I have a good chance of killing it if it's not specially defensive. But yeah, it's a Scarf Glass Gore and it U-turns out, so that is very interesting. But he does go into Cure him, which is not going to want to take an Aura Sphere, so I go for that, but he doubles back into Glass Gore. And here I almost stayed in to go for Thin Power Ice, thinking that like there's going to be a lot of, well, now you already see what I did. But I was gonna say there's so many like things that you could do. Like he could go for U-turn again, expecting me to switch out this time. He could go for Earthquaking that I'll stay in. I could either stay in, predicting him to overpredict. There's so many layers to it. But I do end up switching out, thinking that he's probably going to play it safe and just Earthquake. It is only turn 5, and he doesn't really lose much from it. And that, I believe, is what he ends up doing. Is going for Earthquake, so it is a good thing that I switched out. But again, he doesn't really lose much on it, so because a low tick is in. I didn't think he was going to stay in, so I go for the Toxic, as you will see. And I am correct in the fact that he does not stay in, because he would be locked in Earthquake, and that wouldn't make sense. So I go ahead for the Toxic, and I miss. And that is going to be a theme this game, we'll just say that. But now there's Rotom that I don't really want to switch into, but I kind of have to. I believe I go into Roserade. Yep, I do, because I didn't feel like there was much that he could do to me. And I believe I'm right. Yeah, he sent him a Reflect, which I'm like, oh, okay then. That's scary. Also, I mean, my scariest stuff is physically offensive, so I definitely don't like that. I don't know what I probably went for the Giga Drain, yeah, because that did a lot to Rotom. And now I have to worry about this Kyurem, and I was kind of worried about it setting up like substitutes and stuff like that. So I think I went for Sludge Bomb because I didn't have a great switch in, and he just goes for a Z move, Devastating Drake, and kills the Roserade, which is a little unfortunate. But with the Sticky Web, the only thing that it can really do anything to is Rotom. It doesn't do much to the rest of its Pokemon, because with the Sticky Web up, Heatran is probably going to outspeed me now, which is very unfortunate. I did go into Terrakion because I still do lots of damage. I got up the Stealth Rocks because I need to start wearing some of his team down. Clearly, my team was not built to switch in a lot. It was meant to be a somewhat faster than his team, bulky, like, offensive team. And he's taken away the speed advantage that I had. And I really should have brought something. Honestly, just bringing Defog on Altaria probably would have been enough to at least put it back in my favor. But, you know, really struggling here. He turns out he goes into Hoopa, which I don't know what this Hoopa is going to do, but just taunts. I did go for the Toxic, I think. Yep, and I cannot do that because I am taunted. So now I have to try and switch into this thing, which is like the thing I did not want to do, or I have to attack it. I definitely don't want to attack it. Yeah. Okay, I go into Mega Altaria because I was like, I didn't think that this was going to be that useful. I'm basically killing everything that deals with Rotom, so I don't know why I'm doing that. I was already starting to give up at this point, I think, but he actually switches out, which makes me think that thinks that he wasn't max speed, because I think they're both base 80 speed, but I'm especially defensive, so it doesn't matter. He would have been able to kill me there, but he played it safe, which is fair enough. He's definitely not in a situation where he has to make any crazy risky plays. He's going to U-turn out. I think I go for a return here because like I didn't have much else to do, and I need to like hit him sometimes. That would be nice. I do remember not having Earthquake, otherwise staying in and going for Earthquake would be fantastic. But I'm going to do the thing that I send in Diggersby because that's why it was brought. It was brought to be a switch into Heatran, and that's what it does. And it turns out that it works like that because, you know, I am not going to die to another Flash Cannon. He doesn't want to stay in for an Earthquake. I figure the best neutral move to go for is Return, and I went for a Return. I could have killed this thing with Earthquake, but I didn't. So that's not good. Again, he could have just let this die and then probably brought something in to just kill Diggersby because everything's going to outspeed Diggersby at this point. so I get why he didn't, but I really just needed to try and put him on the back foot in some way, shape, or form, which just was not happening. Which really sucks. I do save Diggersby just because I had another switch into Heatran that clearly looks choice at this point. And I could use Diggersby for a sack, like maybe for this thing. I go for the Scald. I do not get the burn. I believe. Do I recover here? Do I Toxic? I feel like I should have. I don't know what I do. He goes for the Side Shot. That does a lot. Recovering would have been cool. Instead, I think I went for the Toxic, and I miss again, because that's just how this game goes. Which really, really sucks. I don't know that it had much impact on the final result, but you know, we'll keep going. So, like I said, I saved this for a sack, and now I'm gonna sack it. The problem is, I think everything is now a sack. No. I thought it was. I really thought that I just lost here. But I don't, and I think it's because, does Raikou live this hit? I think Raikou is able to live one. Nope, not Raikou. Something lives. Something lives. This is not the end of the game, I promise. I was sending in Pokemon to die, essentially, because I thought I lost here. But, oh, it must be Altaria then. Yeah, it is. Okay. He goes for the attack. I live on 6%. I go for the return, and I take him out. So that is cool. The scary thing is dead. But, you know, this thing is dead. But now I have to deal with this. Well, the rest of his team, basically. But yeah, Gliscor is kind of an issue. There's not much I can do, so he takes out the Altaria, and I think he takes out the rest of the team. Milotic was looking like it could potentially... No. I think the Calc didn't have an offensive one. It was either that or it was a roll, but I'm pretty sure he had a good, if not full, chance to take me out. So he does take me out, and then Terrakion doesn't like Earthquakes. Plus, I don't even think I could have killed the Gliscor with Terrakion on this turn, so I think he would have been able to get off 2 Earthquakes even if this first one didn't kill, but spoilers, it does kill. And we are going to lose 4-0. So that was very unfortunate. Definitely was not looking at sticky webs. I wasn't really looking to play around sticky webs. That also meant, I guess really just bringing Defog on Altaria would have been the way to go, because I was thinking about it that that means that I would have had to bring Cloyster, and Cloyster did not have a good matchup, in my opinion. I mean, I guess it could have worked. I don't know. It's really kind of just like another hindsight thing, but yeah, once he set up the sticky webs and me not really bringing anything to get rid of it, that really put me on the back foot because I had to take more hits than I wanted to. Some of the things that would have been able to outspeed him. Now, the Gliscor was Scarfed. I don't know if the Heatran was Scarfed. It might have been. So, therefore, it might not have actually mattered in terms of the speed thing. But, yeah. Ugh. I don't know. And this is like the second week in a row. I kind of wish that I would have brought a Shuka Berry on Raikou, because I think that would have helped, and I would have been able to get rid of the Gliscor that third turn or whatever. That turn that I switched out of Raikou because he had the chance of going for Earthquake. If I had a Shuka Berry there, I could have I assume I would have been able to live it, and then I could have taken it out with the Hidden Power Ice, and then Gliscor wouldn't be around at the end of the game to kill my last 3 Mons. And yeah, I don't know. It's just, there's definitely some things that I could have done better. But you know, he had a good team. He played very well, and he beat me fair and square, which basically, I think almost, I don't know about mathematically, but it basically just means that I have no shot at making playoffs or winning the championship, which is very unfortunate. We have 4 games to go, and we're just going to make the best with the last 4 games that we play, because they're probably going to be the last 4 games that I play of Draft League format ever. So I'm just going to make do with the rest of the season, do my best, maybe bring some crazy stuff, see what works, and just have some fun. So that is the plan for the rest of the season. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this game. If so, let me know. And I will see you guys next week, hopefully. So, Thanks for watching, and until the next time, guys, stay sly.